Celtic welcome German international Andreas Hinkel for his debut in Scottish football straight from Spain. And another welcome back to Shunsuke Nakamura, who became another father, another of a babe last week, making his first league appearance since October 27th against Motherwell. Other than that, Celtic are shaped along normal lines. Scott McDonald with 18 seasonal goals up front with Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink, but today without the suspended Aidan McGeady. Killie don't have the suspended Colin Nace nor the injured Gary Wales available, so it'll be intriguing to see who plays through the middle. They do welcome back Fraser Wright, fully recovered from injury, and Craig Bryson, former Clyde player who helped score to knock Celtic out of the Cup a couple of seasons ago, is in the side along with Moroccan Mehdi Taouil. And you can see Shunsuke Nakamura, let me repeat, he became a father for the second time. Just last week we hear. And there's the German international. A lot expected of him. Rangers are, of course, interested in trying to get players as well, but Celtic have certainly upstaged them by bringing in a quality player in defence, and they were badly needing him. Well, you know that Celtic in a very unusual position at the start of the new year, 4 points behind their famous rivals. But it's early days, of course, and they're playing against a team that hasn't won here since December 1955 in a league match. Although they did get that draw right at the start of the season. As I said, early days, because Celtic themselves will remember how a couple of seasons ago they blew what looked like an impregnable lead in the last month of the season, so anything can happen. McDonald, one of the best assets that Celtic have. What a bargain buy when you think of the figures quoted for transfers down south, and then look at a man who was signed for 600,000. What a bargain. The ball floated across there, no chance of anybody picking it up properly. But Celtic get that corner kick. Nakamura to take. Floated well across there. Killie get back. They're going to be under a lot of pressure. Celtic undoubtedly will have a lot of the ball today. It's all about finishing though. Naylor, stick there by Donati, seemed to take his eye off the ball. And they have to watch, of course, because Killie will certainly try to hit them on the break. That was Paul Di Giacomo making that bust down the right. He had no real support and then ran out of ideas. Here's Hinkel. His first touch of the ball in a game in which he'll have to adapt. And of course, he's used to Northern European conditions playing in the Bundesliga, but nevertheless he's played a lot in Spain. And that was a very late tackle there on Donati. Free kick. Here is Hinkel. Nakamura. Lay that down. There was no free kick. McDonald certainly thinks there was, but he's getting nothing out of the referee, who is Mike McCurry today, by the way. McManus didn't get hold of that properly. Picked up there by Taouil. Plays it wide and very nicely. Down the side by Hamill. No corner kick coming out of that. Well defended. Break here by Kelly as that was picked up by James Fowler. Still can't clear the lines, and that surely was a free kick. Pulled back there by Naylor. And I think later in the game he might have got a booking for that. Pulling his jersey back. Free kick. Good position for Kilmarnock. A little bit too strong though, Boric had to go for it. It's still in play. Headed back there by Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink, but I think the linesman considered that had floated over the line. Back it'll go for a goal kick. There's a ball played in there, way to the far post, and I think it had floated over before there was a touch. Well, Gordon Strachan has been bemoaning the transfer situation throughout Europe, which he feels is inflated by the huge transfer fees being paid for in England. Throw to Celtic. Hinkle looks in very good physical condition, by the way. Good athlete. Nakamura. Hinkle made the run, there he is. Good play by Hinkle. And very good at Hesselink. Set up by the German. Good enterprising play. Hinkle's been described as a right winger as well. Here's McDonald. Held on to it a little bit too long. Donati. That's an indication of what this German fullback is going to be like. Here he is again. He's an attacking player. Nakamura. Oh, Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink looked at it all the way. Just slight misjudgment there. Hooked away there by Gary Hay. All Celtic at the moment. McDonald, little flick doesn't come off for him. Simon forward. Picked up again. That's Tawil, the Moroccan. Kilmarnock realise they'll have to work very, very hard in midfield. Di Giacomo. Tawil. Martin Corrigan. Played forward to Bryson. As Mara said, scored against Celtic. And Celtic had everybody back at their own half there with the exception of the Dutchman. Little run forward. McManus should cover this easily. Plays it safe. Well, Kilmarnock have been struggling to get results. They haven't won since they beat Hibs at home in the league on Boxing Day. Did get a very good result at Tynecastle though. Way by McManus again. Good spell of pressure for Kilmarnock. Running out of passes though. Nicely cleared by Hartley to Nakamura, and I think Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink realised the moment the ball left the Japanese foot that he was in an offside position. Down by Naylor. Easy one for forward. Good play by Donati. He let Tawil bring that ball down and then picked it up well. Now Hinkle. Wanted that ball played back to him. There's McDonald. Played out to Nakamura. If he can keep it, and he can't. Long spell off for the Japanese international. So he's been eased back into the game. He had the cup game, of course. And Jim Jeffries was bemoaning the fact that he's tried all kinds of ways to think of stopping a Nakamura free kick. Very good of Hesselink as Simon Ford slips. Hinkle, club a little ball inside. Well, Naylor almost got away with that because I think Jimmy Hamill had committed himself too early for that. Deep one. Very good at Hesselink. Cleverly played it back. Toweel. Nicely spread out. Down the side it goes. Invincible. I said who's going to play through the middle? Obviously Invincible. A very good tackle though by Gary Caldwell, playing in his more natural position in that central area in defence. Just kept his eye on the ball. Invincible was looking quite menacing, in fact. Here's Donati again. Hinkle seeing a lot of the ball. He'll be glad of that. Might tire a little bit in the game. You know, it's very difficult to come to an entirely different environment, settle in right away. It takes a lot out of them. Naylor again, trying to get it to that left foot of his. Here's Nakamura. Too much in that. Invincible. Yes. Referee waving play on. Bad play that time by Martin Corrigan. Pushed the ball ahead of him too much. By Hartley. McDonald beavering away as usual. Trying to get into that scoring position. Brilliantly saved. Alan Coombe just recovered from injury. As an athletic a save as you can get under these circumstances, because this man can really be lethal from that position, as he was almost there. Steadying himself, drifting the ball across, testing the goalkeeper. Flick back. Nakamura, can he keep it in? He does. Did that well. Gary Caldwell has come up. Donati can't get to it, and very cool play indeed. That ball should have been put out the park, you would think. Just touched away. Now Danny Invincible. Celtic really should have scored there, and it looks as if there's quite a bad injury down there. Well, the player who went down, Simon Ford. Well, this defence already has had to be courageous. They've been put under intense pressure. Ford, very good, solid player. Kilmarnock can't afford to lose him with just about 13 minutes gone. And look at that. That was a collision. And very good of Hesselink. Clash of heads. Ford has recovered. Now, well, it's even worse than I thought. That looks like a deep wound. Here's that incident here. Up they both go for it. And there's a collision of heads. Painful even to watch. It looks very bad indeed, but sometimes they can patch these up very quickly. That'll require stitches, of course. He's drenched in blood. Off he comes to sympathetic applause, and they'll certainly try and patch him up. Don't think there'll be any question of substitution yet until they've had a good long hard look at this. Well, Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink is, I would say controversial figure, but he's not to everybody's taste amongst the Celtic support. Some of whom feel he might be a little bit lazy, but you can't please everybody in this business. Nakamura was making the run, neatly back there by Gary Hay. He is invincible. I think he just kept that in. Gary Caldwell to McManus. Quality control again by Nakamura. Looking for support, gets it from Caldwell. Caldwell will definitely be happier in his position with Hinkle here. His new position, that is Hinkle. Almost trying to get that away. Well, I'm hearing from downstairs that it looks as if Hinkle will have to come off. I'm hearing that he has a thigh injury, and well, we'll see. Chris Killen's ready to come on as well, I am hearing. Now, it's not that I disbelieve my colleagues, but seeing is believing. Now that will be a double blow. Hinkle looks all right to me. No, we're definitely not going to see the Dutchman again, because I can see downstairs that Chris Killen, the New Zealand international, is getting ready to come on. Bit of a push there. Now he is just about to come on, Chris Killen. A lot of Celtic supporters feel that this man has not been given the opportunity he should be. Not a long enough run in the game. He's come on in Europe. I remember him coming on in at the tail end of one of the qualifying games, but not given enough time. Hinkle is coming off, and yes, I compliment my source of information down there. Absolutely right. Derek Riordan coming on.
Second substitution for Celtic.
It looks as if Paul Hartley is moving into that right slot in defence. We'll see as this game pans out, but that's what it looks like. Riordan's going away to the left, not surprisingly, and here's Killen getting his first little touch. No, I'm quite sure Gordon Strachan and the Celtic support are disappointed that the new signing has had to go. But on the other hand, there's a long, long way to go, as I said right at the start. And they'd be worried, if it's a thigh injury, they'd be worried about something much more serious that keeps him out of the game for some time. So they're as well being cautious about this. It's deep, and I think the goalkeeper will go for that, and does. Ball still in play. McManus has to go for it, stretching out. Neatly floated in. Captain is in there, but he couldn't play it back. Di Giacomo was wanting that ball played back to him. Celtic a little bit unsettled. Well, maybe not too surprising, given that two key players have had to be removed in the first 20 minutes of this game. Even the best of players have to accommodate to that and adjust. Easily taken away. Di Giacomo, and away there solidly. Draw to Celtic. Killen will certainly be anxious to show that he could be a force in this side up front. There he is, shielding the ball well, and it's a free kick. This should be enter Mr. Nakamura. I think if he scored from here, it would really be remarkable, but as I said, Jim Jeffries went to a coaching course, and they were all discussing how to prevent Nakamura from scoring at free kicks. Remember, he scored that sensational last second goal at Kilmarnock to win the title. We saw the marvellous goal against Manchester United. Here he goes again. It's a tempting one. Drifted away, not over yet. The goalkeeper somehow got to McDonald's. Little slip there. Lucky to survive it. Here's Hartley. Now Nakamura. Now the goalkeeper was injured as he went for that, and the referee said to stop play, much to the disgust of this large crowd here at Celtic Park. There's the last chance coming in here. The goalkeeper had to get down to it. Another testing little free kick in there. There was McDonald. He almost got to it, and I think it was the way the goalkeeper fell. Ah dear. You can almost hear McDonald saying that. Or words to that effect. Looking a bit dour, Jim Jeffries, but the side have played well so far. He knows that they were going to be under intense pressure. Done a remarkable job with Kilmarnock. There it is. Didn't look all that bad, I have to say. The referee will restart this. Should have given it back to Celtic, and is. There's McDonald getting in behind the defender again. He's very good at that. Fraser Wright trying to cope with him. There's a little flick there by Brown. Good diagonal run by Scott Brown, and all it required was just the minimal touch, and it would have gone in. Intelligently played in there again, and just bent the head to the wrong angle. Naylor. Slight hesitation there. Really are missing McGeady on that left side. What a difference he makes. Tawil overdoing it. Just gets away with it. Halfway through the first half, no scoring. Di Giacomo Still with it. Plays it out nicely. Here's Gary Hay picking up. Doesn't have any support though. He's going for it, and Nakamura defends very well. He had nobody on the left-hand side there. Donati. A lot of pushing going on. Well laid off, and Donati, unfortunate. Intelligent play there again by Scott McDonald. Donati took that far too quickly. The ball certainly went over. It might even have been a free kick to Celtic. Seemed a little nudge in the back. Down the line it goes. Di Giacomo tries to get up to it. There by Fowler. Naylor. There's Brown. A little bit unfortunate that time. Well, a decent effort, as I said right at the start that Chris Killen would want to show his paces today and try anything like that. Certainly did there. Invincible. Played there to Fowler. That was very risky. Well, Celtic could have cleared the lines much better than that. Gary Caldwell just being a little bit too clever that time. I think he's complaining there was nobody he could pass it to directly downfield. Well, I think there's a very obvious explanation for the way that Celtic have gone pretty flat at the moment, and that is they've lost two key players. Donald, solid little player. Defenders tend to bounce off him, small though he is. Donald certainly went down, still holding his head. Good interception there by the Celtic captain though. Here's Donati. There's the chase. Very good run indeed by Killen. And it goes McDonald, just past. Shows you how sharp this little man can be. He really is a great finisher. It's unfortunate this time, he did get the right kind of touch. That was played across there. I'm not sure if the goalkeeper got a finger to it or whether the defender caused the corner kick. Anyway, it is. And hooked away again by this Kilmarnock defence, and Boric is coming out to take a part in this. Donati trying to get into this. Brown. Now Caldwell. Poor pass by Caldwell though. Di Giacomo playing it on to Bryson. Bryson again. Has to play it back. Well, they're knocking the ball about confidently, Kilmarnock. Certainly a poor pass at the end there, but not afraid to take Celtic on in midfield that way. That was a bad ball though. Just hooked away eventually by Corrigan. Any team coming to Celtic Park has to focus. 90 minutes of focusing. Doesn't matter how well they are playing, or perhaps even how poorly Celtic are playing. Celtic have players who can win games out of nothing. This will be the long one. Corner kick this time. I think there was a little discussion amongst the Killie defenders about giving that corner kick away so easily. Anyway, Nakamura again. Goalkeeper just goes for it, a little bit too much loft in the ball there. No problem. Colville should get it. Very good clearance there to Brown. Neatly flicked on. Killen. Now McDonald. Tremendous acceleration, just a little bit too high though. Goal kick, he couldn't keep it in. But clearly Scott McDonald is the biggest threat to this defence today. He's energetic, he has huge resources of stamina. Benatti, fouled, free kick. Wants to take it quickly. Goes deep. Picked up by Hartley. Donald again. Beautiful little ball inside, Killen! And again, just saved. That was excellent play again by McDonald. Setting Killen up. The one-to-one and the goalkeeper, Alan Coombe, has been superb today. Out he came very quickly. There he is again. Should be taken by McManus. Referee considers that a free kick though. Celtic's ball again with 15 minutes of this half remaining. Killen. Reardon tries to chip the goalkeeper. Wonderful effort. And again Alan Kuma's up to it. So far he's had an outstanding afternoon, and this is one perfect example of a good timing. And Reardon would have loved to see that reach the net, because he has a lot of supporters at Celtic Park. Want to see the best of them. Coombe got the touch that time. Can't get it in yet. It's a siege, and they've just survived it. Here's a breakaway. Di Giacomo, Brown is with them. So also is Hartley. Great play by Hartley. They got back, they had to have pace, and they do. Brown. We've seen him more in a defensive vein in this game. Celtic could do with more of that energy up front. A needless tussle going on there. I think the referee is going to call in Tawil along with Brown. There's a tussle there, and you know, it was totally needless. Free kick. 12 minutes of this half remaining. McManus. There's Caldwell. Good covering again by McDonald. Ryden. McDonald still there, still busy. Nakamura. Well, nobody there to take it. Invincible, totally on his own. Oh, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Very risky, but I want to say Gary Caldwell twice in the game has tried things that I don't think would have pleased his manager. Gets that one clearly. Jimmy Hamill putting that back. On he goes again. Naylor's with him. Throw to Celtic. Beautifully flicked on by McDonald again. Ryden almost got away. Tario playing very well, very tricky player. Now here's Invincible. He's outnumbered. Tries to get it back. Tario doing a little bit of Nakamura-ing there. Poor effort though by Invincible. He had been well set up. Here's the break. Nakamura can't get hold of it though. Good tackling by the Japanese and a little bit unfortunate. He couldn't get away with it. Chased there by De Giacomi and flicked out again by Nakamura. Better spell this for Kilmarnock. They were really just surviving some of these scrambles in their own penalty area. Getting a breather from that, nothing else. De Giacomo couldn't get hold of it. That was good defending, and that's 2 against 2. Kilmarnock have been pulled out. There's a shot, wonderful shot, and you can hardly say any more about this man Coombe today. He's been magnificent. Beautifully taken on the run there by Ryden. I mean, I saw him scoring goals at Easter Road aplenty with runs like that. Just touched away, still in there. They are surviving. Here's Brown. And he runs it up. As I said, we've seen Scott Brown in a more defensive position today. Some of his work has been excellent, tracking back, but not all that much penetrating going forward. Well, it goes to McDonald again. He's part of it. Here's McDonald now. Good tackling though, and the goalkeeper can't get to another corner kick. tackle there by Craig Bryson, who came back. 7 minutes to half-time. And you have to wonder if the real grind will expose this Kilmarnock defence eventually. Tempting one, Coombe got a hand to it. DiGiacomo. Beautiful ball played out there. Now Brown. Nakamura. Scott McDonald shields it very well. Donati. Beautiful little ball inside Nakamura. Nobody's there for him though. Cool play eventually by Tawil. Invincible. Just not sharp enough on the ball, Invincible, for me. He's got one or two useful balls. Could have parted with it. Played a little 1-2. He is Invincible. Dreadful finish. Have to do more than that. They're not going to get many chances. They're not going to carve out positions like that for themselves. And when they get them, they've got to use them. Invincible didn't. Five minutes to half-time. Killen did well to get the touch again. Naylor. Ryden throw to Celtic. Ryden can cut in and hit the ball with both feet, of course. Picked up by McDonald. Donati. Clever play. Switches it. Paul Hartley, this little disguised run. Celtic's advantage again. Well, that defence, that Kilmarnock defence have been excellent, but they must be wearying a little. They need to relieve some of these sieges. Just got away with them so far. Well, Ryden had to go for it. There's no way he was going to bring that down as Celtic tried to vary the corner technique here, which didn't quite come off. You can see where they were trying, getting that player coming from just outside the penalty area, and he appreciated the effort. DiGiacomo. Well, throw to Celtic. For some reason, Corrigan thought they were going to get a free kick out of that. Got to play to the whistle. Forward. DiGiacomo. Tawil. Good defending. No! Invincible trying to pick that up. There's Nakamura. Not sharp enough that time. Good play by the Kilmarnock captain, but there's nobody there to take advantage. Nobody coming from the right. And away goes Celtic again. 2 minutes to half time. Oh, the supporters want this ball pushed on. Celtic are trying to be a little more considered than that. Ryden can't quite get there, and that's a throw to Kilmarnock. Nice play by Ryden again. Taulio playing outstandingly well. There he is, Taulio. Brought down by Brown. Brown marking him, or trying to mark him as closely as he can. Hamill. Corrigan. A little bit of hesitation about Corrigan as he comes forward. Has to be perhaps a little more positive within the last 30 seconds of normal time. There were obviously 2 minutes added to this game, to this half. Nakamura. Now Brown. Again, he touches it away, and not having the best of afternoons in his opponent's half, Scott Brown, although I did say that he's been working defensively very hard.
2 additional minutes been added.
And we are into the first of these 2 extra minutes. Taulio in that little skirmish again there with Brown. Intelligent player, Mehdi Takwil. Nakamura. Nice little flick on there. Killen has looked good since coming on. Goalkeeper should get to that. Very alert. Not just an instinctive shot stopper, Alan Coombe, but good footballer. Knows his penalty area well. The Giacomo couldn't get hold of that. There was hesitation there. Well, Hamill didn't run for that ball again. I don't think Jim Jeffries will be all that pleased with that. Expecting the referee to give them another favourable decision, which didn't come. Paul Hartley. Out there by the Kilmarnock captain. Hartley to take this. Hartley again. Too much in that. Just putting the ball anywhere. Invincible won't get it as the half-time whistle goes. Well, I think you could sum up the 45 minutes easily, almost in a sentence. And that is that Arthur Boric has had absolutely nothing to do. And Alan Coombe at the other end has been absolutely brilliant with a series of great saves. But at the end of the day, or at the end of this first 45 minutes, it's still Celtic 0, Kilmarnock 0.
Keep up. This weekend, catch some continental sun on Setanta Sports. On Friday, SP Braga take on Belenenses in Portugal. And on Saturday night, Guimarães face the mighty Benfica. On Sunday, we're off to Holland where Vitesse play Ajax. In the SPL, Falkirk field the force of Celtic. High Flyers Feyenoord meet challengers Groningen. Little Lorient take on Bordeaux. Back in Portugal, the big clash between Sporting Lisbon and FC Porto. While on Monday, Torquay United face Histon. A great weekend away on Setanta Sports.
Hey, that Czech boy's a spitting image of the big man, isn't he? Aye.
Troops!
Aye, big man.
Here. That Czech boy looks like somebody set his face on fire and put it out with a golf shoe.
The big man's big read, the Scottish Sun. We love it.
Do you get digital TV included with your phone service? No? Well, you could. Hi, guys. Did you know you can call my apartment in New York for the same price as calling your neighbor? My number is 001-212-52... I'll text you.
He's back. Watch Tiger's first PGA Tour event of 2008, the Buick Invitational, live from Torrey Pines. Starts Thursday at 8 on Setanta Golf.
No more changes at the start of this half on either side, and if being the Burn season, you don't mind me quoting the bard, the best laid schemes of mice and men going after Gley. That's what Gordon Strachan must be thinking about, given that he had his new signing, the German international, on, hoping that his Dutch international would get a run with goals, and they're both off after 20 minutes. Now, of course, some people might say, well, Celtic have the resources, that's the kind of club they are, to fill in for these emergencies, but nevertheless, that can knock a team off its stride. They should have had the ball in the back of the net, but for great goalkeeping, just feel there's inevitability about it. Donati letting that go, first corner kick coming to naught. I thought Chris, when he went for that ball, Chris Killen was pushed. And again, he's getting up to that, doing well. Brown. I think Celtic want him to surge forward a bit more than he did in the first half. Donati. Well taken by Paul Hartley, who's filled in very well on that right-hand side of the fence. Nakamura lays it out. Naylor. Put too much work in the ball, there's Naylor. Just gets back to it. Donati made that run down the... Killen made that run down the right-hand side. Nakamura likes to take it in from there. And picked up by the outstanding Tauio. Split out right across the field, Tauio. Right-hand side, left-hand side in the middle. Being very busy and very creative. Giacomo trying to touch that inside. Oh, it's terrible play. Here's McDonald. That should have been cleared there. Corrigan again being caught in several minds. I've felt that about him since the start of play. Could easily have cleared that ball. I didn't see Jim Jeffries at that stage, but it wouldn't be a surprise if he went ballistic. Way by Ford. Naylor again. That's a decent looking ball. Several players going for it. Nakamura. Nice little flick in there by McDonald. Good ball again by Nakamura. Good positioning right in the centre of the box there by McDonald. He had to guide it in accurately, too much on the side of the head. Nobody downfield for Kilmarnock though. Naylor should pick this up. Brown chasing after it. Not clearing the lines well, Kilmarnock. The ball is just coming back into Celtic's midfield. Nakamura's been whitish in this game. Well, Ryden let that go, thinking there might have been a possibility for somebody behind him. Invincible. Good effort there by Narati. Really put them right off. What a good hard work in midfield. Brown. Very slack play by Brown. Killen. Nicely moved out. And Nakamura in a very good position. That's a better ball. Again, Kuhn gets down to it. Frantic clearance there by Kilmarnock. McDonald really has brought out the best in this Kilmarnock goalkeeper. Well, that's good work by Invincible. Tauil. It's on his own though, he's lacking support. And it ends up with Celtic possession again though. It's difficult to Kilmarnock press back and they make a kind of break like that. The front runners are outnumbered. Invincible. Di Giacomo. Still with it. Good interception there by McManus, right across them solidly. Killen. Free kick, yes, Killen fouled. Nakamura, of course, has had quietish games before and then suddenly done something remarkable, as this little man could do as well. There's Killen. Brown wanted to go through with it himself, and that's a goal kick. Well, it was a goal kick, and so did the Kilmarnock defenders there. Corner kick though. Kilmarnock survived 7 of these in the first half. That must be it, and he's there. That was straight to the goalkeeper that time. Now, for a small man against towering defenders, it gives you an idea of how valuable this man McDonald is. Yes, it was straight to the keeper. But then again, it was good positioning by Coombe. Killen. Oh, just got there. Risky ball there by Killen. Gary Caldwell coming across smartly. Tauil, a little bit too much in that. Celtic pressing on these midfielders, not allowing them to settle, and he's had a very good first half to this game. Nakamura. Hartley gives support. Should be the goalkeeper's ball, and is. Brown had made the run. Can't criticise him for that, he was up on it. Played there by Hay. He is invincible. And Giacomo was pushing, that's the free kick. Here's Neil. Celtic have to be patient. The supporters realise that. Nakamura chasing after it. So to Celtic. I still think they have the winning of the game in the likes of McDonald, who's been outstanding today. There's Nakamura. There is McDonald. Beautiful run by McDonald. Goal kick. He's appealing that was a penalty. But yet again, he looked as if he might just wriggle his way through. A real forest of legs around him. Watch his control. Beautiful. And no, he jumped there. He almost got through though. And I think McDonald certainly complaining about that, and he's booked. He may have said something in passing. A very competitive player. The Celtic get the value out of him. Not just in the number of goals, 18 this season in total, but in his industry, his work rate, his attitude. Donati, Celtic trying to pile on the pressure. He is invincible, well away by McManus. Kilmarnock tried to hold on to it. Offside. De Giacomo, that was a very late flag, but it was certainly offside. I think somebody else is going to be booked here, yes. De Giacomo for kicking that ball away. And it is here. He gets the yellow flag for the yellow card for that. How stupid. Well, they should know better. To Brown, to Nakamura. Brown made the run. Brown with it. Go to Kilmarnock, according to the linesman. Very close to that. Brown miscuing that, and very difficult to say. He wasn't happy with the verdict. Go to Kilmarnock. Killen. Well played by Hartley. To Adil. Easy one there for Gary Caldwell. Donati lying very deep for Celtic at the moment. Celtic needing something from Brown here. That's a better pass. Ryden. Nice little ball inside. McDonald can't get away with it this time. Plays it on to Invincible. He only has a support. Giacomo is there and overruns that. He should have played it across. He did have Giacomo on his left-hand side and he ran out of steam. Now Celtic on the counter. Nakamura. Now Hartley. Good play by Hartley. Still in with it. And Celtic get the free kick out of this. This could be interesting. It might be another Nakamura special. Well, they've worked very hard, this Kilmarnock defence, and you wonder that they've survived so far. The pressure has been intense, the goalkeeping majestic at times, but can they really hold out? Nakamura to take. Well enough taken there by Coombe. No problem for the goalkeeper. Safe pair of hands. Half an hour remaining. Absolutely nobody going through for that. Well, the Kilmarnock want a chance in this game. They really have to push forward and take a little more of a risk, because if Celtic keep on pressing and pressing, they're bound to get that breakthrough. Here's Caldwell. Simon Ford just getting to it. Donati follows up. Free kick. Craig Bryson coming in late, and again this defence is going to be tested to the limit. Oh, it's taken quickly by Riordan. Just away there. Some people feeling that might have been a waste. It's Giacomo. Brown. Cool play though by Hartley. Celtic trying to keep up the pressure. Brown. Still Brown. Nakamura. Better play by Kilmarnock coming out of defence constructively. That's a decent ball. De Giacomo. And there's a push by De Giacomo. Very good pace though by Naylor coming back there. He really gave De Giacomo a head start and beat him to it. So, what's been happening? I think Jim Jeffries is going to be lectured to. First time I've seen Jim being taken aside. He's a passionate man. De Giacomo. Nobody in the centre there for Kilmarnock. Brown gets space. Here's Hartley. Decent ball inside. McDonald's there again. Ooh, that's an own goal, would you believe? What a breakthrough. Astonishing that they require the assistance of Kilmarnock for that. Watchers coming in here. It's bulleted across, and he can hardly believe it. Corrigan. He's not had the best of matches, to be perfectly honest. And an own goal puts Celtic in front. Must be exasperating for Kilmarnock. soul destroying for a Kilmarnock defence that held up for so long. I suppose looking at it again, he had to go for it some kind of way. Sickening blow for this very courageous Kilmarnock side, and you get the feeling that the deluge might follow. Almost sense the pressure and the tension easing. Benati. Kilmarnock will simply have to set their minds in recovery. Here's Brown, gives it away again. He's not had the best of games. Di Giacomo's going for that. Caldwell plays safe. Easily taken away there from Fowler. Now Nakamura. Good interception by Ford, who decides to come forward a little bit. Still forward. Invincible, too hard with that. Well, he's worked hard, Invincible. A lot of strong running, but just lacks that little bit of subtlety and deftness of pass. There's McDonald again, good control. Naylor, a little bit too obvious, but he gets a throw-in out of that. Deep, and Nakamura is there. Shielded that well, Nakamura. Looking for a little turn round here, just over. Very good effort there indeed. Well, Chris Killen, I think, has enjoyed his outing. This is an indication of what he's been doing. He's been setting himself up very well for some of these. Quite frankly, I don't think Celtic have missed young Vinegar of Hesselink. Killen. Donati. Held on to that very well indeed. Killen couldn't get to it. Nakamura. Kilmarnock really up against it at this stage. Another goal with Sepney kill them off. That's not good play. That was Hamill. Put that over. Ryden. Should cross in this time. Take it away. Oohs and ahs, as that was almost a blitzkrieg. Killen took his eye off it, and nobody up front there for Kilmarnock. Back it comes into their half. Inevitably, Celtic picking up a lot of ball in midfield now. We're halfway through this half. Easy one there for Hartley. Donati picks up. Celtic looking much stronger in midfield now. Here is Ryden. Still has it. McDonald. Just played a little bit too much of the ball that time, McDonald. Invincible's on his own. He's doing very well on his own, I may say. He's working very hard. Well, there's another collision. Down goes the Kilmarnock captain. Celtic going forward though. Supporters want them to surge forward. Easy one from Donati. Never any bother for a goalkeeper who's been spectacularly outstanding so far. Again, an intelligent move by Nakamura. There had to be more in Donati's finish than that. Tried to angle it, but too soft. Invincible, ball still there. Celtic fighting very hard for it. Di Giacomo. Decent one. Caldwell gets behind it. Played in again. Caldwell again. Central to that. Kilmarnock putting on a little bit of pressure. Whipped away there by McManus. And that was Caldwell in a better area for him. Good solid central defending. Giacomo took his eye right off that. Caldwell again steps in. Corrigan to take. Yeah, it's a bit of a push there. Free kick. Killen did get the little touch on there. Giacomo getting that ball away too easily though, surrounded by Celtic players. I said they're harassing them in midfield, not allowing them to settle. Here's McDonald. Lays it off very well. Nakamura. Brown can't get to it. And we get a free kick. And this is the last thing Kilmarnock wanted to do at this stage, right in the middle of the field. And Nakamura will step up to it. So, referee trying to sort out the defensive wall. Nakamura preparing himself very carefully. So Nakamura against Alan Coombe. Bit of a deflection, didn't quite get hold of it to get a corner kick. And Alan Coombe screaming at his defenders. Well, he got in the way. And that at least partially helped Kilmarnock at this stage. But they now have to face up to this corner kick. Well away. Well, Brown pops it up and then hammers the ball into the crowd. I think the Kilmarnock player is saying, why isn't he booked for that, since our player was booked for kicking the ball away. He's got a point. Way by Caldwell. I make it 15 minutes remaining. Celtic in front by that own goal by Corrigan. McDonald really tramping after this. Given away there by Naylor. Invincible again, caught in possession. It's happened too often to him. Well, Brown just fell there, I think. But they're losing useful possession. Craig Bryson giving it away. Tawil going on his own. Got a ball inside. Celtic get away with it though. Caldwell coolly back. Nice little through ball there by Naylor. Donati, not the best ball. No chance for Chris Killen to pick up on that. Corrigan away with it. Brown, bit of play by Brown that time, opened it out well, saw the opportunity. Now Nakamura, not far away. You could see what he had in mind. And certainly Kilmarnock cannot allow a man like Nakamura to pick up the ball here without being adequately covered. Nobody went for him. Well, his side is in front with an own goal, and that won't satisfy him. Yes, at this stage of the season, you take a win anyway. Bryson picks up Tawil. Bryson puts it the wrong way though. Fowler. Good play there by Caldwell. He held his line very well. Unfortunate that time, but it's played out. Hartley is in business there. Put away from Donati. Nobody downfield for Kilmarnock. Jamie Hamill is about to come on for Willie Gibson for Kilmarnock. Throw to Kilmarnock. Well, I think it's they've actually changed their mind about this. It's Craig Bryson coming off. Not surprising. He looked a little bit flummoxed in that last flurry of passes in midfield. And on comes Willie Gibson. Just over 10 minutes remaining. Tauil. A little bit too much in that. Nakamura. But unfortunate in that respect. That's a better ball. The two ex-Hibs players linking. McDonald. To Donati. Now Nakamura. I want to shimmy and have a go himself. Hartley giving support there. Well, they get the corner kick out of that. Kilmarnock player complaining that he was being pulled. That's Willie Gibson just on the field. I don't know what he was trying to achieve. Celtic with a corner. Make it 9 minutes left. There's Nakamura in a good position. Couldn't get hold of it properly though. Brown is at the back. McDonald. Ford plays him beautifully that time. But ball by Ford in return, and Donati is saying he was putting the ball for Riordan to chest down. Well, that was a sore one by Brown. It's a free kick. Very sore, a little bit reckless there. Up high, Di Giacomo is there, well cleared though. Naylor's played well defensively. McDonald. Naylor. Very coolly played by Coombe. Tauil brought that down beautifully. Gibson going in the wrong direction. Simon Ford has come forward a bit. Played out. So the good second half has Gary Caldwell. Very steady, prompt to the rescue. Referee says it's a throw to Celtic. Gibson to it. Tauil was there. That'll be a corner kick though. A rare event in this match. Corner kick for Kilmarnock. There are players who are useful there. There's Ford, Corrigan. Decent one in there, good save. Boric did very well on that. It's up high and Invincible is there. Not the best of clearances, and Gibson might have picked that out of the air. Settled for the throw-in. So Ford has come really forward, but good defending again by McManus. Well, the linesman's flag is way up on the other side. Kilmarnock putting a little spirited fight in at the end here. Ford does get the little touch. Well, that's nicely played back there by Naylor. That was an invaluable intervention there, because Di Giacomo was right on top of him. Excellent defending. Good play by Ford getting it across. You can see the Celtic defender put him right off. Ryden. Too much in that. Just about 4 minutes left in this game. Now McDonald, he likes to pick them up from here. Can't get his shot in though. Good defending. Fraser Wright had him collared that time. Nakamura. Donati spreads it out, nobody covering there. Corner kick. Nicely struck in there by Ryden. I think he was aiming for the goalkeeper way to the left of the goal. Nakamura to come across and take this. This could clinch it. Ford puts it away. Invincible. Good play by Invincible. Worked hard to get that. Gary Hay going forward. Willie Gibson. There's Hay driving it in, but once again, good positioning by Gary Coldwell. Covering up that central area well. Well, Danny Invincible, I think, is about to be substituted with 3 minutes of game remaining, and David Fernandez, former Celtic player, coming on in his place. The last throw of the dice, you might say. Throw to Kilmarnock. Ford can't get to that. Brown puts it away. Here's McDonald. Now Donati. Put away there by James Fowler. Well, again, Gibson dilatory with it. Ford can't get it now. Rowden just over. You could see what he had in mind again, that little curved shot. Good break there by Celtic again. Well, he's tried that several times in the game. He brought out that wonderful save in the first half from Alan Coombe. Making about a minute remaining. There might be some stoppage time. we're having Evander Snow come on. Nakamura comes off. Warm reception from the Celtic supporters. Not a scintillating performance by Nakamura today, but again he's fitting himself into the match. Remember, almost 3 months out of football. And on comes Evander Snow. Gibson did get a little touch to it. Here's Evander Snow. There's that cleanly back. Boric. Hartley. Brown. There's a real clash there. Both of them had to go for it. And a yellow card. Well, both players certainly went for it, and Jamie Hamill clashing in there. Certainly not turning out to be as bad as it looked initially.
Referee has added on 2 additional minutes. 2 additional minutes have been added.
Well, you can hear that maybe in the background. 2 minutes of additional minutes added. Referee taking his time about this. Free kick to Celtic. And Brown, having been injured, is off the field at the moment. And now is on as Ford gets that away. Now down to Koeman. Has to be the long ball through the middle. Yes, he's trying far too much now, Tawiel. It should have been more direct. That suits Celtic. Donati. There's Donati again. Plenty space there for Hartley. Brown wanted a 1-2, didn't quite pick up on that. And there goes the final whistle. What an odd game to analyse and summarise, because Celtic created so many chances, had wonderful efforts at goal, bringing out a tremendous performance by Alan Coombe. But at the end of the day, it was an own goal by the unfortunate Corrigan going in there, Martin Corrigan, and really you get the impression you wanted the Earth to open up and swallow him. But there we are, Celtic still getting the maximum points in this exciting SPL title chase. Celtic 1, Kilmarnock 0.